Hello everyone, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the app that I created for the Cyclic bridge maintenance field inspection process that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. So the first thing you're going to need to do, if you don't already have ArcGIS Field Maps app installed on your mobile device, you'll need to do that. You can just get it from the Apple App Store. And again, it's called ArcGIS Field Maps. So now, once you have that loaded to your device, the next step is you're going to sign in with ArcGIS Online. So that's that top one. I'm going to tap that. And then this next step, look towards the bottom a little bit where it says Your ArcGIS Organization's URL. So tap that one. And then there's going to be this space for you to type TXDOT, TXDOT, and the capitalization doesn't make any difference. Just get TXDOT in there, hit return, and it takes you to this next screen where you will hopefully have that blue TXDOT button there in the center. Tap on that, and this is where you need to enter your email address. So we are going to unfortunately have to go through the multi-factor authentication with this, but that's okay. So go ahead and type your email address. Once you have that completed, tap the blue next button. Password. And tap the blue sign in button. Oops. Try again. Okay, it likes that. Now I have to do the multi-factor authentication. And that's complete. So I'm going to just say stay signed in. Okay, so we have that out of the way. Now the next thing is that it's going to load all of the maps that you have access to. And then your screen might look a little bit different than my screen. But the way you're going to find the map that you're going to use is use the search bar at the top and start typing in Cyclic. And it will filter down to show there at the top, Odessa District Bridge Cyclic Maintenance. And that's what you're interested in. And if you want to, you can use that ... on the right and mark it as a favorite. I already have it as a favorite, so my option says unfavorite, but yours should allow you to make it a favorite. And then you'll have a favorite section at the top that will list this and any other maps that you've marked as favorites. Okay, so tap that map, the Odessa District Bridge Cyclic Maintenance, and that will open the map. And I'll show you, first of all, I'll point out that blue dot in the center that sometimes turns gray. That's your current location. So I'm here at the Odessa district headquarters today, so that's showing my location there at the district headquarters. Now, if I had this mobile device with me and I was driving down the highway, that blue dot would follow me. So you always know your current location. That's one of the really nice things about having field maps, is that you know your location relative to the features that you're viewing and interacting with. Okay, now I'm going to kind of zoom out and show you what's in the map. And the first thing you'll see is that you'll see all these dots, basically. And if you want to know what those are, you can use the legend tool at the top right. So if you see that ... at the top right, tap on that, and then the third one down says legend, tap on that. Okay, so these are all of the bridges that were originally put into the mapping system. And then you can see that I put green halos around the 118 bridges that were determined to be candidates. So it's sort of the first cut that Valerie and others made to the bridges to be evaluated and potentially submitted as candidates. Okay, so that's one way that you can tell the difference between what bridges are candidates and what bridges aren't candidates, but there's another way that you'll probably want to use, and that is to open the layer list. So that's also on the top right. It looks like a symbol with three squares on top of one another to the left of the magnifying glass. So if you tap that, that will show you all the layers that I've loaded into this map. And you can kind of disregard that markup there at the top. And then draw your attention down below where it says Odessa District Bridge Cyclic Maintenance. That one is turned on by default. That's the only layer that's turned on by default. You can turn it off if you want to by tapping that blue button, and now there's nothing in the map. Turn it back on. And then there's 4 other layers below that you can use if you think that would be useful for you. All right, and of those 5 layers down there at the bottom, only one of them there on the left-hand side has a symbol that looks like 3 lines rather than 3 squares, and that is actually the filter. So if you tap on that symbol to the left of where it says Odessa District Bridge Cyclic Maintenance, it will open this filter. And if you then tap where it says Candidate Project, it will open a drop down where you can select yes. So that will be yes, it is a candidate project. And then it goes back to this screen where you tap none or done at the top right. And now if you look at the map, you're only seeing the candidate project. So I think that might be pretty useful for all of you. So that's how to filter the Cyclic Bridge points. Okay, so let's close that layers interface and let's start zooming in, and I'll show you just a couple of other tools. All right, so let's say that you want to start with these bridges that are just south of the Monahans State Park. One of the things you can do is tap on one of those points, and of course you'll get a pop-up there on the left that shows you all the information about that particular bridge. Then if you keep on scrolling there at the very bottom, there's a button that says directions, and you can actually tap on that directions button and it'll give you the option of Apple Maps, or if you have Google Maps, it will also give you that option. Let's just tap Apple Maps. What it does is it actually opens the Apple Maps app and gives you turn-by-turn directions to that bridge. So that can be useful for some of you, for some of these bridges. Some of these bridges are more obvious than others. But with this, you can just start driving and listen to turn-by-turn directions, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go. All right, so let's get out of Apple Maps, get back into Field Maps. And the next thing I want to point out is, okay, you've arrived at that bridge, you're taking a look at it, and now you want to start making some comments and filling out some other pieces of information. So now you want to tap that edit button. And what that does is it opens a different interface. And there at the top, there's a couple of buttons. One says take photo and the other one says attach. So the take photo, does what it sounds like. You tap on that and it'll open your camera. You can take a picture. Down at the bottom right, say use the photo, or the bottom left, retake if you don't like that particular photo. And then that photo gets loaded up there in that interface there on the left. And you can then sort of hold on to that image, and it will give you another menu where you can rename that image. Sometimes that might be really useful, or you can save that image to your device, or there at the bottom, if you don't like that image anymore, you can remove it. I'm going to remove it. Next button over there says attach. So for whatever reason you want to attach a file to this particular bridge, you can do that. But kind of scrolling down, there's just some basic general bridge details that I list, but the important part is this bottom section called evaluation fields. So there's 5 different fields that Valerie came up with where she would like some information collected. So that's deck surface type is the first one. Tap on that where it says no value, and you get your options of asphalt or concrete. So I'm going to just say this one's asphalt. You can see that's now filled out. The next field is deck surface condition. Tap on that. There's 3 choices. I'm going to say this one's good. Bridge joint types. Again, 3 choices: armor, header, other. I'm going to say this one's header. Bridge joints condition. I'm going to say it's fair. And then the other are comments. This is where you can type up to 500 characters, or you can use the microphone button and use the speech to text option, whatever's easier for you. Okay, so you filled out all this information, and now either you can use the submit button at the top right, or if for whatever reason you don't want to submit these edits, and then you can just use the cancel button at the top left, and that's what I'm going to use since this is just a demo. And I'll say discard. Yes, we want to discard that. Okay, so that's how to make edits. That's how to navigate to your bridges. We talked about the different layers that you can turn on, turn off. You can filter. We also talked about the legend. There's not a whole lot else built into this. It's kept simple for, on purpose. But there are a couple other things I want to point out. There's that magnifying glass at the top right. Tap on that, and this is where you can search for a particular MBI. If there's an MBI that you're looking for, you can start typing. So I did 06 last time, so that's already saved. I'm just going to tap on that and search 06 again. So any of these MBIs that have 06 in them are going to show up in the list. You can type as many numbers as you want, and it will keep filtering down, filtering down, filtering down. But as a demo, I'm just going to do the 06 and then scroll down and say, okay, this one here is the one I want. And what it will do is pan, zoom, and highlight that particular one that I chose from that drop-down list, and it's going to open the pop-up to give you all the details about that particular bridge. And you can start the process all over again with navigating and editing. Okay, so let's close that. Let's cancel out that tool, and then let's go back to that ... at the top right, and you can see that there's 6 tools there. The legend I already pointed out. Those other tools, I'm not really sure that they'd be all that much of a value to you for this particular effort, but you can feel free to explore those on your own time. The base map, you can maybe change it to imagery if that'd be useful. Bookmarks, I'm not sure that you need any bookmarks for this. The measure tool, sometimes that's useful, maybe not so much for this particular initiative though, but that's about it. And then all this information that you collect is going to then be available in the Bridge Hub, and we can then take that information and do whatever we need to do with it. So anyway, good luck. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to assist. And I'll be excited to see the results. Thank you. Bye.